Okay, let's go live. This is James speaking. If you're creating online courses, hopefully you watched the video that I did just before this, which is about kind of my AI toolkits or the tools that I use to create all of the content. And one of the questions that comes up is those tools are great, and I understand that I can create tutorials or video content with me in the picture, with me actually speaking, with my screen, but I'm not very comfortable with that. I would much rather have it be someone else or not me at all in front of the camera. These are the tools that I'm going to show you in this next little section. These are ones that do kind of two things for you. One is create a lifelike virtual avatar of yourself if you want, and or a audio avatar or a replacement for your particular voice. So I'm going to go through some of these tools, the other ones that I have used and played around with. These are the ones that I suggest you investigate if you're just too scared to put yourself in your education business, which is something I don't recommend, but hey, if you're going to start out that way, these are some of the things that you might want to take a look at and play around with. So here's the first one that I'm going to talk about before I get into the avatar one. I did talk previously about ChatGPT, about Claude, about Notebook, about Perplexity, and a couple other tools that do all of the research and creating the scripts and the stories and everything that you want to use. I also mentioned a tool called napkin.ai, and Napkin was about creating images that are representative of steps or processes or ideas in your text. Sometimes you may just go, you know what, I want a picture because a picture is worth 1,000 words. How do I create a picture if I'm not an expert in Photoshop and I don't have access to all these additional tools? Well, that's the one I want you to think about right now, and this one is called Krea. And again, I put all the links below so that you can have them, but Krea, Krea.ai. This is basically an interface to a whole bunch of tools that create graphics. And I'm talking about high quality, lifelike graphics, to edit or transform images from one to the other, to generate real-time images or real-time pictures, to upscale or change ones that you have. So this is one that uses all of these tools in the background, and we just have to interface with it. Now, the reason I like this one is because instead of having to learn individual tools that are good at one thing, this actually interfaces to it. So what are some of the apps that are available in this one, and when would we use it? Well, the first one, of course, is the Flux, which is a whole separate engine for generating high quality, real life kind of images. And again, these are ones about, turning something from one thing to another, modifying and transforming images. We've got AI video generation, again, pretty lifelike that's done there. And you can see some of the additional engines that are using to do that. And then enhancing, which is upscaling and improving images. So this particular one is kind of neat because if you need to put pictures into your content, whatever content that tends to be, whether it's an image that you're talking to or about on the screen, whether it's something that's in the written material or the things that you've included in your education business, this is great at creating those. And what I did, just to show you how powerful this is we'll go back, I'll take a look. I did a couple ones earlier just to show you how it works. What I did is I went at the top here, top menu, you can see where it says generate. I generated an image, and I'm going to click that. Hopefully it comes up. Yeah, so this one, start by describing your picture. So this is one that takes text and it converts it into an image. And what I did is I went to ChatGPT and I said, I need to create an image of a 45-year-old man in front of his computer getting ready to create a webcast or a video. And I gave that prompt to ChatGPT, and I said, create a prompt that I can use as the prompt for an AI tool to generate the image. And what it came up with, when I put it all together, and again, this is in the background's done there, but it came up with this little bit of paragraph. A middle-aged man in his late 40s sits at a sleek modern desk in his home office, illuminated, key lighting focused on the screen in front of him. So it's basically got a description of what I wanted to see. When I gave that description to Krea, There's a description here. I did it 13 hours ago. But what happened is it gave me 4 variations of that image. I didn't do anything. I just gave the text and I got these particular images. So if you change the text, the 4 variations obviously would change. And the other thing is I can create a video of this as well. I just generated an image, but you can see right here it's got the option to do a video and vary it or do a variation of this one. And I can like it and even download it. And just to show you how kind of well done these are, I'm going to open this one up. This one actually, let me see, this one's a little lit a little differently. So you can see that's a pretty good image. If I open that one up, that's like not a bad image that shows you someone working at their desk in a professional office with lighting. You change the text, you get a different picture. So Krea is a nice tool to be able to use. It's one that I think is good if you're not overly excited about learning how to do or create all of these additional pieces. And it is free to get started. I just went to the pricing page here. It's free to get started. You get free daily generation. So I think on this one, you know, if you're doing multiple things on a regular basis, you want to do it. You know, you can separate them into jobs, and it says commercial licensing. So you have to take a look through these and see the ones that you want. There is a difference on the quality of obviously the images you get created or available, and then some of the tools and the breakdowns that you want. But you can open up an account, get started for free, and at least play around with that. So we've got some images for whatever content, video, course content, lessons, tutorials, whatever you want to call it. We've got some visuals for it. We've used those previous tools in the last video about the text. What about if I'm just not comfortable on camera? I don't like seeing myself on camera. Well, the other thing that you might consider is using a lifelike avatar of yourself. So think of it as someone that shows up on the screen, but it's not you. So faceless, whatever you want to call it, that's the one that might be a good idea for you kind of thinking through this. And the tool that I recommend that you investigate here and hopefully play with a little bit is called HeyGen. And again, I put all the links below. So this particular image that you see here is not a real person, that is an avatar. And that avatar has been created by HeyGen, and it's actually reading from a script that we've put into HeyGen. And HeyGen is neat because it creates, and you can pick from an avatar, so use someone that is pre-done, or you can actually train it based on you and have it look like it's you speaking, but not you in front of the camera. So it can be a picked avatar or a generated avatar. The other thing that HeyGen does is not only will it do the image of the person speaking, but you can actually have a voice avatar as well. So it's not even you. And you can train that voice avatar so that it uses the tonality, the pacing, the structure, that kind of thing that you do. And it syncs the two together. So technically you could be a completely faceless course creator or faceless tutorial creator, or not be any of the pictures with HeyGen. So go and take a look at that one. That one's kind of cool. It also would allow you to take the AI, the text that you've created in the other tools that we talked about in the last video, and upload them and have it use that as the basis of the audio and the avatar video. So basically, here's your text, here's your faceless video. That's how that particular one works. Now, any of these tools, the thing you have to be really careful of, in my opinion, is this. If I take a look right now at HeyGen, you can go and you can open up a free account. And you go, wow, that's great. I'd love to have a free account. If you're a video content creator and you're afraid to be on camera, how much content are you going to want to create that way? Because the thing that happens here is the free one is 3 videos per month, and videos are up to 3 minutes. So if you're creating course content, you got to go up at least another one. And that next one at $30 a month, if paid yearly, I think it is, that's monthly billing, so we're okay. So it's $30 a month. You can create unlimited videos, but they're only up to 5 minutes. So if you're doing anything longer than 5 minutes, you won't be able to do that, which is a little bit limiting, obviously, if you're trying to create an education business. And then if you're doing anything with the team where you want to do up to 30 minutes long, So if you're doing any kind of how-to material that needs to be 12 minutes long, 15 minutes long, 25 minutes long, you're going to have to do at least this particular set or particular level. So HeyGen is a really cool tool. Just understand there's limitations to it. And again, if you're in an education business and you're teaching something, you're going to have to balance how bad do I want to be teaching stuff and how nervous or uncomfortable am I showing myself on the camera. And I think being on the camera is a learned skill. You just have to start doing it, and that's a whole other ball of wax. And I've talked about, some of the things you might want to consider if you're playing around with the idea. But, this is a way to get yourself started. So that one's a video avatar and an audio avatar. There's one other one I'm going to show you right now, and this is kind of one of the earlier ones in the audio space. And this one is called ElevenLabs. And again, I put all of the links here for ElevenLabs. And what this one is really, what it really excels at is audio. So it allows you to basically replace your voice with audio. And it is a text-to-speech generator. And again, you can play around with it. And this one's kind of nice because it's got a voice changer in it, allows for dubbing and cloning. And what cloning is it allows you to create your voice, everything about your voice to basically duplicate yourself. And if you're doing things like screen captures where you don't need an avatar, this is a great tool to look at. So if you're doing voiceovers of screens, if you're doing podcasts, that kind of thing. All of these tools, I believe ElevenLabs as well, allows for automatic translation as well. So what that means is that if you're doing this in English, yeah, we've got 32 languages here. It was 175 with HeyGen. Again, allows you to be multilingual just by starting with the text that you have. ElevenLabs, that one has a free one to get started, and they also have some additional pricing here. And again, they call it credits is what they use, but here's the one. The first one that's free is 10 minutes per month. So you're limited on the amount in the free account. And also, if you look at this when you're getting into it, 100 minutes per month is the 100, they've got 100,000 credits. So I guess 500 credits limit, and then you're past that. So any of these ones where, again, where you're generating content that isn't yourself, it does cost money. And there's usually limits on either the length of the content that you create or the number of times that you actually create it. So we got audio, we've got avatar and audio, we've got images. The next piece is the experimental stuff. We'll talk about that for a second. Now, I've spent a couple other videos just talking about all the stuff that came out from Google in the last little while. The two that have to do with creating, these are AI-powered tools. They're right in the experimental, I guess they call them at Google. And again, I'll put the link up here. There's two of them I've done videos of that I'll put in the links as well. But the two that were interesting, if you want to do faceless content, is the one that's called Google Vids. This green one here. Google Vids allows you to upload a document or documents that you've created about a course, a topic, a lesson, information that you want to share. And what happens is this tool, Google Vids, works right off your doc, and it actually creates a video, the images, the storyboard, the cuts and edits and images of that text. So it's converting text to an edited video. So that one's a really cool one. It's not available everywhere, and it's just coming out. And again, look in the playlist below. You'll see where some of the links are. That one's called Google Vids. And in the example, it's basically you just, here's my document, create a video from it. So that's coming. It's coming out pretty soon. Just pay attention to that one. And then the other one for, that kind of faceless video look. And this is the other one that really caught my eye. This one is Google Labs. It's Video FX. And this is the one that works very similarly to something like Krea. And the one that was Krea, remember, it's like I put in a piece of text. Let me just see if I've got, let me just go to my generate images. Yeah. So remember I had the man at the workstation here. I put a paragraph in just here. If you're using the Video FX from Google, you do the exact same thing, but it's going to give you lifelike video right from it. Change the text, get a different video. So those two tools are the ones that are also coming out. And if you want to do faceless stuff, get up to speed on this because it's coming quickly. Beginning of 2025 right now, these are going to be here this year. At the end of the day, you have a huge opportunity to share your expertise, whether you're comfortable on camera or you're not. There's some fun stuff to have, and these are the tools that I would look at to get started. And remember, I only gave a limited number. The previous video that I showed you, there were 29,000 different AI tools available when I did this recording, all doing individual pieces. I've talked to you about, I think, 10 or 11 here in the stack of tools that I use. My personal suggestion is don't get overwhelmed on those other things. Learn how to use these couple ones and focus on the soft skills about you being creative, how you explain, teach all of the material that you want to share. So my name is James, it's trainingsites.io. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and look below there, trainingsites.io/join. The community's free there. I got hundreds of other video tutorials. Ask me questions. We've got live streams each and every week. We're just here to help you start, build, and grow your education business. So take care, expect the best. We'll be back later today with another great video.